getting enough sleep. According to the National Institute of Health, the average adult sleeps less than even 7 hours per night. Well, let's find out why some people are not sleeping enough. Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling tired constantly? Well, many people are sleep deprived. And what are some of the causes of this sleep deprivation? Well, entertainment. People are up with entertainment, television, internet, even overworking. And my friends, today, television, internet, phones even, social media, video, games, and other digital technology devices ensnare many people into a hypnotic addiction to entertainment. Now, God is using this technology, and we have Hope Channel here spreading this gospel all over Africa and around the world, and all the social media. But Satan is using this too, and in fact, even in some meetings and even in some churches, people have their smartphones out and they're following them because usually it's an addiction. So we want to use it for God's glory, and that is so important for our wellness. And then it's a sedentary lifestyle and not enough exercise during the day. Some of the reasons for that sleep debt. Oh, and here's another one, eating late at night. When people are eating late at night, that will actually deprive you of the rest that you need. In fact, the National Institute of Health, the National Library of Medicine said sleep disorders affecting more than 45% of the world's population have emerged as important global public health problems. And is this also true in Africa? Well, an emerging body of epidemiologic evidence supports that sleep disorders are highly prevalent among sub-Saharan Africans. So now even people in Africa are having sleep debt. And these sleep disorders, my friends, are important risk factors for even headaches, as well as many other adverse outcomes, and is another cause of some of these killer diseases. So let's look at some of the effects of sleep deprivation. Even our moods are affected. Our moods, they may be up and down when we have sleep debt. And irritability increases significantly. We don't have the patience. We're more irritable when we have you ever noticed that? When you haven't gotten enough sleep, you seem to be a little more irritable. Well, and even our work performance decreases. So we're not as efficient at our work. And even our mental efficiency, general slowing of mental processes are going down when we don't get enough sleep. And our short-term memory is even affected. So many things are tied to sleep debt. And sleep deprivation actually decreases your endurance. I'm sure that those Kenyans who win the marathons and the races must be getting enough sleep.
Chukua sauti brother.
Sleep deprivation actually decreases our endurance, and we want great endurance if we want great health. And so everything we do, my friends, is affected by sleep debt. Our learning, even our reasoning. We're not as reasonable when we have sleep debt. Our safety, especially if you're driving in the car and you begin to fall asleep. And our efficiency and our communication skills and our relationships with one another. All of these things are so important, and we should be getting enough sleep. Well, let's talk about sleep and what scientists have divided the different types of sleep into. So there's non-REM sleep. This is a light sleep at first, and then we go into a deep sleep. And then there's what we call REM sleep, or rapid eye movement, which is the dreaming stage of sleep. And when we first fall asleep, we're in that light non-REM sleep, and the body begins to relax, the heart rate and the breathing are slower, but the individual is actually easily awakened. Have you ever wondered why when someone drops a book or they drop something and you jump in that early stage of sleep? It's because you're in that first non-REM sleep. And then we gradually transition into non-REM sleep, which is more of a deep sleep. And during this deep sleep, during this stage, the body renews itself and it actually repairs itself. That's why we need to get into that deep non-REM sleep. And the immune system is actually strengthened when we go into that deep sleep, and it helps the body to fight against even infection. And so following deep non-REM sleep, we move into the REM sleep, rapid eye movement, when the dreaming stage occurs. Now, if you're a dreamer, thank the Lord, because it is good to get into that dreaming stage of sleep. It is the REM sleep, the dreaming stage, that actually benefits the mind the most. And so we want to get into that deep dreaming sleep. And just as deep sleep restores the body, scientists believe that REM, or dreaming sleep, actually restores the mind. So what we do during our sleep, we actually restore not only the body, but the mind. And it's REM sleep that actually facilitates learning and memory. That's why it's good to read your Bible before you go to bed and memorize. My husband does that all the time, and he is memorizing. You wonder why he knows all these texts? He's memorizing, and you remember them when you do that at night. And when we only sleep a few hours, there's really not enough time, my friends, to enter into that REM sleep, that last stage of sleep. So how can we find out whether we're totally rested? Well, those cycles, sleep cycles, actually last 90 minutes. Did you know that? Each cycle lasts about 90 minutes, and scientists tell us that we need 5 of those 90-minute cycles to be totally rested. So if you multiply 5 times 90, you will get 450, and you divide that by 60 to be 1 hour, 60 minutes to be 1 hour, then you get 7.5. So most people need 7.5. Now I'm going to share with you, there's a small minority that could get along with a little less, but we need that amount of sleep, because over time, continued sleep deprivation raises the risk for a number of those chronic health problems that we've been talking about, including obesity, including diabetes, high blood pressure, and even heart disease. You see how important, my friends, sleep is? Well, why is sleep so important? Because sleep is nature's wonderful restorative